In Matthew chapter 6, verse 16, Jesus says when you fast. He doesn't say if you fast. There was an expectation as part of our spiritual life that we would be people that would come apart, that would pull away for times of fasting. In my life, I've had opportunities where I've been invited to participate in times of fasting. One of those times was when I was in high school, and it was in preparation for a revival. We were invited to fast for Wednesday lunch. I remember coming home from school and running to the refrigerator and getting a nutrient shake because I had baseball practice later that day and I knew I needed a little bit of nourishment. I'd plop down in the recliner, I'd sit there and watch TV for 30 minutes, and then I would go back to school. I didn't understand the purpose behind fasting. You see, fasting isn't so much about what we give up as it is about what we take up. It's about this place where we set aside time to focus more intentionally upon our relationship with Jesus Christ. And so the invitation to fast historically has been about giving up food and taking the time that we would normally be spending in eating to focus our relationship with God upon Bible study and on prayer and on that time of just listening to God. And so some of those purposes for prayer or for fasting have been summarized very well in Derek Prince's book that I reference here on how to fast successfully. He gives 7 purposes, but for a moment I want to focus just on one of those, and that is this place of coming closer to God. In James, it says that if we draw near unto God, God will draw near unto us. There is a beautiful relationship that is there. As we draw near to God, God's desire is to meet us in that place. And so in our fasting, we are seeking to be closer to God. And so some ways that we could be a part of that, and the way that you could be a part of that, is to take a moment out of your busy life to set aside time for God. And one of the ways is to actually to fast a meal or to fast a couple of meals. Historically in the church, they would fast on Wednesday and on Friday. But the invitation for us is to take an opportunity to learn again how to fast. And so you might take and stop eating after lunch on a certain day and not pick up eating again until breakfast the next morning. And what you could be doing is during that normal afternoon snack time or that evening supper time, you instead of eating, you would focus in on your relationship with Christ. Bible study, prayer, journaling, listening to God. Maybe for health reasons, fasting food is very difficult. There are many other things in our lives that can control us and can take us away from our relationship with Christ that we can fast. For some, it may be electronics. That you have electronics around you all the time, with television, with computers, with phone, whatever the case is, that you would spend a evening and just say, tonight I'm not going to watch TV, I'm not going to be on my phone, I'm not going to be on my computer, but I'm going to spend this evening just to pray and to study God's Word and to journal. That would be an opportunity for you to celebrate the spiritual discipline of fasting in a way that meets your need and gets you away from the rat race of life to focus in on your relationship with God. In your life, there may be other things that tend to try to control and keep you from that relationship with Christ. And so maybe those are the things that you would consider fasting. Today, though, the key is we believe that fasting is a great way to grow in our relationship with Christ. And we want to invite you to be a part of that fasting. If you want to learn more, look at the Derek Prince book, How to Fast Successfully. You can find a link in our notes at the bottom of this video that will invite you to a place where you can purchase that book. God bless you.